Now airing on Netflix is a new documentary about a certain film club in the 1990s in South Korea. The club, titled the Yellow Door Film Institute, was a large batch of cinephiles who got together to watch and analyze films in the early 1990s. The real draw of all this, though, is the fact that acclaimed filmmaker Bong Joon-ho, Parasite, Snowpiercer, Okja, was an original member and founder of Yellow Door. The director's level of fame is noticeable at the center of the film, but Yellow Door is more a tale of friends from all over coming together to form a group that factored into the major push of great film discovery in South Korea in the 1990s. At the start of the film, we see a Zoom call with all members of the old film club from 30 years prior logging on together. They perk up at the sight of one another. You can tell it was a moment of old friends coming together. Smiles to one another, a few seem misty-eyed. Bong Joon-ho is on the call, but he blends in as a friend to all these people and not a celebrity. Thus kicks off the tale of the Yellow Door Film Club and how it came to be. The 1990s in South Korea were a shifting time in culture and politics. There really was no film industry at the time in the country. And yet here you had these college students who grew obsessed with the outside world and the idea of movies being made in other countries. It's an idea that goes to show that cinema, despite being over 100 years old, is still a very young art form in some areas of the world. The Yellow Door Film Institute is formed. The group would watch anything from Raging Bull to films that were coming out of the French New Wave era. Some find leisure in discussing what they've watched. Others are finding an opportunity to learn a new set of skills. A prime example is in a segment with Joon-ho, as he describes the first time he learned about how to craft suspense from watching The Godfather. The film doesn't let Joon-ho take center stage, but seeing the inner workings of the level of filmmaker he would become even in his early days is pretty remarkable. We also get a glimpse into his first film, a stop-motion animated short with a stuffed animal and a caterpillar. It looks like anybody's first attempt at making movies would look, and yet most of the group indeed seems to admire the idea that one of their own went out and did it. Director Lee Hyuk-rae's documentary bounces around a lot. There isn't much of a dramatic uptick in the flow of the story of the Yellow Door Film Institute. It cuts back and forth between interviews with members who passionately discuss their views of cinema and the lasting impact certain films have had on them. Rather than there being moments full of narrative to push things forward, there are actually bittersweet moments of friends reminiscing and recalling certain events that give off the Rashomon effect to some people in the group. Yellow Door becomes one of the first of many organizations that opens the floodgates in South Korea and creates a lot of appreciation for cinema in the 1990s, leading to the boom of the film industry in the country. Yellow Door, 90s Lo-Fi Film Club, is a nostalgic love letter to the bygone era of these interviewees' lives. Your early 20s are one of the last times you can easily come together with other people who are passionate about the same things you are. This documentary heavily captures that feel of friends linking up and hanging out, and the lasting moments created from a simple thing like that.